A local grandmother accused of shooting and killing her son-in-law after making a comment about her clothing admits she did it and says she would do it again.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome back to our channel. This is the Crime Time Tales, and today we will take a look at the horrific murder case of the grandma killer, none other than Cynthia Cdebaca. Cynthia Cdebaca, a name that has become infamous in the annals of crime history, is the central figure in a case that shocked the community of Fallbrook, California. A grandmother in her 60s, Cynthia Cdebaca was not the typical suspect one would imagine in a murder case. However, the events of February 11, 2014, would forever change the narrative of her life. On that fateful day, Cynthia Cdebaca committed an act that would lead to her arrest and subsequent conviction. The incident involved the shooting of her son-in-law, George Eustaquio, a man with whom she had a tumultuous relationship. The case drew significant attention due to the shocking nature of the crime and the family dynamics involved. The morning of her 63rd birthday began with a heated argument between Cdebaca and Eustaquio, which escalated to a point of no return. Cdebaca, in a fit of rage, shot Eustaquio multiple times, leading to his untimely death.
Gunshots ring out in a gated community.
Another one. And this person is screaming help.
Yeah.
Then, hours later, an interview like no other.
Is he alive? He's not? Oh, good. Oh, thank you.
Why in the world is this woman so happy? The answer may lie very close to home.
Cold-blooded killer.
This act, committed in broad daylight, marked the beginning of a legal journey that would see Cynthia Cdebaca arrested, tried, and ultimately convicted for first-degree murder. In this video, I will be looking into the entire Cynthia Cdebaca murder case, exploring the events leading up to the incident, the trial proceedings, and the aftermath of the conviction. As we unravel the story, I aim to provide a comprehensive understanding of the case that forever changed the lives of the Cdebaca and Eustaquio families. Early life, family, and personal history of Cynthia Cdebaca. Cynthia Cdebaca, born and raised in America, United States, lived a life that was far from the public eye until the incident in 2014. Little is known about her early life, but it is clear that her later years were marked by family tensions and personal struggles. Before we move on with the case, can you click like and subscribe to our channel? It really does help and provide you guys with the best information possible. Thank you. Without further ado, let's get back into the case. Cynthia Cdebaca lived with her family in Fallbrook, California, a small community known for its avocado orchards and quiet lifestyle. Her family included her daughter, Laura Salinas, and son-in-law, George Eustaquio, along with their children. The family lived together in a house purchased by Eustaquio, a testament to his role as a provider. Let's take a look at her relationship with her son-in-law, George Eustaquio. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly typical family setup, there are brewing tensions. The relationship between Cynthia Cdebaca and her son-in-law, George Eustaquio, was fraught with conflict. Eustaquio, a successful and well-respected figure in the community, had a personality that often clashed with Cynthia Cdebaca. Eustaquio was described as a strict disciplinarian, a trait that often led to disagreements with Cynthia Cdebaca. She disapproved of his stern parenting style and his treatment of her daughter, Laura. These disagreements, over time, created a chasm between Cdebaca and Eustaquio, a divide that only deepened as the years passed. The tension reached a boiling point on the morning of February 11, 2014, when an argument over a seemingly trivial matter spiraled out of control. This argument would prove to be the catalyst for the tragic events that followed, forever altering the course of Cynthia Cdebaca's life. Let's take a look at what happened on February 11, 2014. The morning of February 11, 2014, started like any other for the residents of Fallbrook, California. However, for Cynthia Cdebaca and her family, it was a day that would forever be etched in their memories. The day began with a heated argument between Cdebaca and her son-in-law, George Eustaquio. The disagreement was sparked by Eustaquio's disapproval of Cdebaca's outfit for her birthday celebration. This seemingly trivial matter escalated quickly, culminating in a series of events that would shock the community. In a fit of rage, Cdebaca retrieved a recently purchased .38 caliber, 5-shot revolver from her bedroom. She returned to confront Eustaquio, who was outside in the yard. Without a word, she fired at him. Eustaquio, taken by surprise, tried to escape, but Cdebaca continued to shoot, reloading her gun twice until she had fired a total of 10 rounds. The aftermath of the shooting was equally shocking. Instead of showing remorse or panic, Cynthia Cdebaca left the scene and went about her day as if nothing had happened. She went to a local coffee shop, then to a Denny's restaurant for breakfast. Afterward, she visited a casino and later attended her granddaughter's spelling bee.
After she fired all 5 shots out of that revolver, she chose to go all the way to her car and reload 5 more rounds into her gun. She walked back into the backyard and found the victim bleeding and crawling, trying to get away. And at that time, she pumped 5 more shots into his body. She still wasn't done. She still chose to go to her car and load 5 more rounds. She pulled out that revolver and fired 5 more shots until the victim was finally dead.
It was only when she returned home and was confronted by police that she admitted to the shooting. Cynthia Cdebaca's actions following the incident were chilling. She showed no remorse for her actions, even stating that she would do it again if given the chance. This lack of regret, coupled with the brutal nature of the crime, sent shockwaves through the community and set the stage for a high-profile trial that would captivate the nation.
And it seemed as though she truly didn't care, as of course, after the murder, she went out to enjoy her birthday with breakfast, gambling, and coffee. Cynthia also showed no remorse whatsoever when she asked if she even felt bad for what she did.
You don't feel bad about it?
No.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
Let's have a look at the investigation. The arrest and the trial of Cynthia Cdebaca. Following the shocking incident, an investigation was promptly launched. The police arrived at the scene and found George Eustaquio's lifeless body. Cynthia Cdebaca, upon her return home, was met by law enforcement. She was arrested without resistance and admitted to the crime without hesitation. The trial of Cynthia Cdebaca was a significant event, drawing attention from both local and national media. The evidence against Cdebaca was overwhelming. The prosecution presented the .38 caliber revolver used in the crime, along with the testimony of several witnesses, including family members who confirmed the strained relationship between Cynthia Cdebaca and Eustaquio. One of the most damning pieces of evidence was a surveillance video from a neighbor's home. The footage showed Cdebaca firing at Eustaquio, reloading her gun, and continuing to shoot. This video, coupled with Cynthia Cdebaca's own admission, left little room for doubt about her guilt. Defense's argument and the prosecution's rebuttal. The defense, however, argued that Cynthia Cdebaca was a victim of emotional and psychological abuse at the hands of Eustaquio. They claimed that years of mistreatment had led her to a breaking point, resulting in the tragic incident. The defense also pointed to Cdebaca's lack of criminal history and her role as a caring grandmother. Despite the defense's efforts, the prosecution's case was too strong to overcome. They argued that no amount of family tension justified the brutal murder of Eustaquio. The prosecution painted a picture of a premeditated act, pointing to the fact that Cynthia Cdebaca had purchased the gun used in the crime just days before the incident. The trial was a tense affair, with the jury ultimately tasked with deciding the fate of Cynthia Cdebaca. The evidence presented, along with the shocking nature of the crime, made for a trial that will long be remembered in the annals of California's legal history. After the trial and all the evidence that was presented against Cynthia and the back and forth between the defense and the prosecutor, let's now take a look at the conviction and sentencing of Cynthia Cdebaca, shall we? After a thorough examination of the evidence and testimonies, the jury reached a verdict. Cynthia Cdebaca was found guilty of first-degree murder. The decision was unanimous, reflecting the severity of the crime and the overwhelming evidence against her. The sentencing phase followed the conviction. The judge, taking into account the premeditated nature of the crime and the lack of remorse shown by Cdebaca, handed down a severe sentence. Cynthia Cdebaca was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. This meant that she would not be eligible for parole until she had served at least 50 years of her sentence. Cdebaca's reaction to the verdict and sentence was startling. She showed no visible signs of remorse or regret. In fact, she was quoted as saying that she would do it again if she had the chance. This lack of remorse, even in the face of a life sentence, was a chilling reminder of the cold-blooded nature of the crime. The conviction and sentencing of Cynthia Cdebaca marked the end of a tragic chapter in the lives of the Cdebaca and Eustaquio families. The case served as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of family conflict and the importance of seeking help when tensions escalate beyond control. Following her conviction and sentencing, Cynthia Cdebaca sought to challenge the verdict. Cynthia filed an appeal to the Court of Appeal, 4th Appellate District, Division 1, State of California. The appeal was a crucial step in her legal journey, offering a glimmer of hope for a reduced sentence or a new trial. In her appeal, Cynthia Cdebaca's legal team argued that there were errors in the trial proceedings that could have influenced the jury's decision. They pointed to specific instances during the trial where they believed the judge had erred in his rulings. The appeal was a meticulous process, requiring a thorough review of the trial transcripts and a deep understanding of legal precedents. However, the Court of Appeal upheld the original verdict. They found that the trial had been conducted fairly and that the judge's rulings were in line with legal standards. The court's decision was a significant setback for Cynthia Cdebaca, effectively closing the door on her hopes for a reduced sentence or a new trial. The implications of the court's decision were far-reaching. It reaffirmed the original verdict and sentencing, cementing Cynthia Cdebaca's status as a convicted murderer. It also served as a reminder of the gravity of her crime and the consequences of her actions. The appeal process and its outcome are an important part of the Cynthia Cdebaca story. They highlight the rigorous nature of the legal system and the lengths to which it goes to ensure justice is served. Despite the tragic circumstances of the case, the legal proceedings underscore the importance of the rule of law and the consequences of breaking it. Public reaction and media coverage. The Cynthia Cdebaca case stirred a significant public reaction. The shocking nature of the crime, coupled with the family dynamics involved, struck a chord with many. The public was divided, with some sympathizing with Cdebaca due to the alleged emotional abuse she endured, while others were appalled by the brutal murder and her lack of remorse. The verdict and sentencing were met with a similar mix of reactions. Some felt justice had been served, while others believed the sentence was too harsh given Cdebaca's age and the alleged abuse she suffered. The case sparked discussions about family conflict, elder abuse, and the justice system's handling of such complex situations. Media coverage of the case was extensive. Local and national outlets reported on the incident, the trial, and the subsequent appeal. Notable articles and reports highlighted the shocking details of the crime, the tense courtroom proceedings, and the chilling lack of remorse shown by Cynthia Cdebaca. This case was grabbed so much media attention and how everyone was talking about it, to the point where it was featured in Investigation Discovery's Signs of a Psychopath. Family Dies, which chronicled the gruesome murder and portrayed how the investigation led to Geoward's mother-in-law, Cynthia Cdebaca. The show provided a detailed look into the case, including the family dynamics, the shooting, and the subsequent legal proceedings. The media's portrayal of the case played a significant role in shaping public opinion and bringing attention to issues such as family conflict and elder abuse. The Cynthia Cdebaca case serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unresolved family conflict. It underscores the importance of seeking help in situations of abuse and the role of the justice system in ensuring that justice is served, regardless of the circumstances. Let's take a quick look at the current status of Cynthia Cdebaca and where is Cynthia Cdebaca right now. Today, Cynthia Cdebaca resides at the Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, Madera County. This is the primary women's prison in the California State Correctional System. Given her sentence of 50 years to life, she will first be eligible for parole in 2039. The case of Cynthia Cdebaca has left a lasting impact, not only on the lives of the Cdebaca and Eustaquio families, but also on the wider community. It has served as a grim reminder of the potential for violence that can stem from unresolved family conflict. The media's portrayal of the case, including its feature on Investigation Discovery's Signs of a Psychopath, Family Dies, has brought the issue of family conflict and elder abuse to the forefront. This has sparked important conversations about these often overlooked issues and the need for appropriate intervention. As we reflect on the case, it underscores the importance of addressing family conflicts in a healthy and constructive manner. It also highlights the need for support systems for those experiencing familial tension or abuse to prevent such tragic outcomes. Final thoughts on Cynthia Cdebaca. The story of Cynthia Cdebaca is a chilling tale of family conflict that escalated to a tragic end. As we conclude, the story of Cynthia Cdebaca serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unresolved family conflict. It underscores the importance of seeking help in situations of abuse and the role of the justice system in ensuring that justice is served, regardless of the circumstances. It is a story that will continue to resonate and serve as a cautionary tale for years to come.
This is a tragedy. I love my mom. I love Gerard. There's no win here, not for anyone. It's just complete sadness.
Cynthia Cdebaca was sentenced to 50 years in prison. At 65 years old, that meant she'd be living the rest of her life behind bars and forced to live with the weight of her actions resting on her shoulders until the day she dies.
If you get this far in this senseless case, please drop a like and subscribe to our channel, and I am really curious to know what your thoughts are on this case. Look after yourselves and one another.